What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how you can create a overlay with transparency in Davinci Resolve and export that to OBS. So there are actually a bunch of videos that tell you how to do that, but they're all dead wrong. They forget one step and that messes things up big time. So I'm going to show you how not to screw up. And so yeah, here it goes. So first of all, I have this, a couple of animations for top donation, latest donation, latest follower. So I created those in Fusion. And the thing that you need to watch out for, you need to have only one video track to make this work. So we have multiple, which is going to add this but placeholder here. So if you have that, you need to create a compound clip. Select those two, create new compound clip, and then you're good to go. Right, so that's step one. Make sure you have one video track, but you might have multiple clips. Right, so we're gonna go ahead and export those now. Right, so to add transparency, you need to select to export that clip with a transparency. It's actually not black here, it's transparent. So if you export it like with a YouTube setting or whatever, it's gonna be black. It's not exporting the alpha channel. And to get that, first thing that you need to do is to select individual clips, right? And then you need to select QuickTime format and Cineform, GoPro Cineform, and change the type to RGB 16-bit. Then the export alpha option is going to appear. If you have the other one, it's not there. Select that one, click export alpha. Straight or pre-multiplied, doesn't really matter, I think. So now I'm going to select and say render clip. So that's my top D clip. We're going to go ahead and do that. Say top D, render this clip, add to render queue. Next one, that's the latest D. Right, add a render queue. Last one, render this clip. The Resolve actually selects the clip. If you click here and select render clip, selects only that segment to render. So that's pretty neat. So last one is the latest follower. We're gonna add that. And now we're gonna render all those. Start render. All right, so now it's running. And I'm gonna tell you why is this method terrible, right? We're gonna jump into the OBS and I'm going to show you what's going on. So I'm not actually recording my screen right now because I'm already recording my screen. So we have this but placeholder instead, right? So the problem is with this format that the GoPro Cineform is insanely high quality format and it's meant like for cinemas, IMAX or whatever. So if you're streaming on IMAX, I think it's okay to use this format. But otherwise, it's like huge overkill, and not only that, it has a huge disadvantage, right? So the first clip is done, so we're gonna go ahead in OBS and add a media source, and that's our top D. So we're gonna select the file. Where's that? Top D, I think. Should be done, right? Top D is done. Okay. So now we see that we actually have transparency. We see the but through the transparency, which is nice. Right? So you might do something like that, right? So you might want to have one overlay for, that's a placeholder but coming in. For a donation, one for a follower or whatnot. Let's also select to loop the animation. Right, so far so good, right? Looks nice. You think you're done? You're not done, dude. You're not done. All right. So let me show you why. So if you jump into the process manager or task manager, you're gonna see that OBS is using insane amounts of CPU and memory, right? Over 60%, over 1 gig, which is huge. It's too much. It's insane. Shouldn't be that way. Your game's gonna lag if you're gonna go this way and stream this way. You're gonna have bad time. You're gonna need to upgrade your PC and you basically don't need that. You're just using wrong stuff, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and add the latest D that just rendered and see what it does, right? So loop, select the file, the latest D, click OK. So now we have our other one. Transparency is fine, it's working, right? All good. So if you go ahead and play now, you're gonna have a really bad time because your game's gonna lag and you might drop frames because now the OBS is using 82% of my CPU, which is not a slouch, it's a decent CPU, and 2.6 gigs of RAM, which is insane. And we're gonna see that the rendering slows down quite a bit, right? So what to do, you ask, right? So you, first of all, we're gonna hide these two to give resources for our CPU. As soon as you do that, you see it's gonna go way down, right? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna convert the clips from Cineform to WebM. The Cineform, as I said, has insane quality, right? And it's like 400 megs for like 20 seconds clip. It's insane. Right, so what you need to do is to download a FFmpeg. Just Google it, go to the download and download for your system the appropriate binaries. So now, then you need to, let me just start from the start. Open the command prompt, type in cmd, hit enter, and then you need to navigate where your FFmpeg is extracted. So mine's in downloads, FFmpeg, binaries. So I'm just gonna copy that and paste, type cd, type that in, change the directory to there. And now I exported conveniently the files to this location, so that I don't need to type the whole path. Right, so now what we're gonna do is pretty easy. Just type ffmpeg -i for input, and that's our top D file. And now we're just gonna say the output file is top D WebM, and basically that's all you need to do, right? It's gonna go ahead and convert that to WebM, which compresses very well and uses way less resources. It's gonna take a little bit. You could do more, like you could, to optimize it further, you could say, okay, I wanna manually change the bit rate or remove the audio channel or reduce the frame rate, right? So I exported this in 60 frames per second. You could convert it to 30 frames to use even less resources, but that doesn't have such a huge impact. The biggest impact is converting from Cineform to WebM. Right, so as I said, it's going to take a little bit because it's doing a lot of stuff. Right, it's about halfway through. It's only 20 seconds and it's about 10 seconds already. So let's go ahead and re-enable the top D, navigate to this location, be ready for that, convert, already selected. And as soon as we select that and re-enable it, should be fine, should be normal CPU usage, right? So now the FFmpeg is using up a whole lot of resources. OBS is doing nothing because we disabled those two media sources. So dropping the audio channel should also give a little bit of boost in performance, because even though you have zero audio, it still, does something with it. So now, all right, so now we have the WebM clip complete. Now we're gonna choose that and click done. Now you see, let's see the resources again. So still doing a little bit of work, right? So it's about 18%, but it's way better than before, right? It was like a huge CPU usage. Also, you see the RAM usage is still pretty high. but it's not going to be here. So I'm going to delete the latest D just to show you that actually restarting OBS after all this stuff frees up the resources, because I think the OBS has still the cineform clips cached in, so that's why it's using so much memory. But now we just have the WebM version loaded up, and it's using like normal amounts, like 500 megs, a little bit of CPU. All right, so if you make this bigger, it doesn't really, it haven't really lost quality, or not a lot. At least I can't tell, and your viewers definitely not gonna tell. You know, it still looks fine. Right, so that is it, my dudes. If you like this video, please hit a like so you know people can find this video and do this the right way and not use up all of their resources in rendering insane quality overlays that they don't actually need. All right, take care. Bye-bye.